So this is a segment that we've done now for 3 straight weeks. It is hopping around. And this time it's me and Kevin. We were actually out in San Bernardino. Watching baseball, getting some craft beer. We also made a couple other stops. Kevin, I'm just going to flip around and you can talk, and then I'll jump in whenever you don't.
All right. Well, more or less, it was going to just be Michael wanted to go to a game in San Bernardino. So I'm like, all right, well, let's go to some spots and just see what we get into. So this place is actually on an old school, like sausage, like German restaurant. And that is actually what it looks like. Gazzolo's, we got like good sausage with sauerkraut. And there you go. There's our sausages with sauerkraut and German potato salad and some German beers. Like, oh, great way to start the day. And it was beautiful out there. You know, we just needed to get some food just to fuel us through the day. You know, Michael, you enjoyed what you had there, right?
Oh yeah, it's we've been there before. We went there as a before like it was like an all-star game. California all-star game. Yeah,
California all-star game.
So
believe it or not, this is yes.
I was just gonna say nothing like Michael and Kevin starting their day off with beer and wieners. You know what I mean? Like,
there you go.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Oh, the mustard. Don't worry. The mustard was on the side. We had mustard on the side. Don't worry. Sorry, it was not.
Oh yeah, we did. We had the spicy and regular mustard.
Yes,
so we
and those were those good solid stuff. And those sausages are made in house too. So what this is, believe it or not, this is the site of the very first McDonald's. It was created in San Bernardino in the late 1940s. And so on the original site, someone a long time ago decided to make it a McDonald's museum. And there's a local like chicken chain called One Pollo that more or less took it over and runs it. It's free. You go inside and they have aisles and aisles of just various McDonald's paraphernalia, not from America, but just all over the world. You know, if you're out in San Bernardino, it's free to take a quick hour to walk around, and there's so much fun stuff. And just no matter how old you are, even my age, in my 300s, is that where we are? Am that where I'm at this week? Sure. Why not? I'll find something I can appreciate it. Young and old, you'll find something to appreciate in here. You know, was there any baseball stuff you saw in there, Michael? Did you get any photos of anything baseball related? Not really, right?
There was a couple of things, but nothing really of significance. But But the thing that we did do next is like we were actually on our way to Hangar 24 right after this, which is a brewery, and Kevin goes, "Oh, Fiscalini Field is right here, and let's go. We should just go check it out and I had never been there before. I had heard of it, and I had never been there, and there was a double header. They were rained out earlier in the week. And there was a college double header that was there. And so we decided to stop in and actually watch a little bit of the double header. But this field actually has a bigger significance kind of in baseball history. And Kevin, tell us more about that.
So this used to be the home of a team called the San Bernardino Spirit before the newer stadium in San Bernardino. And it's best known because in 1988 in this field, Ken Griffey Jr. played. There you go. Oh, as that is down. Oh, that's even better. So, yeah, there's Ken Griffey in the Spirit jersey. My gosh. I don't know. He looks like he was like, 19 or something like that. I don't know how old he would have been. Because I think he got drafted right out of high school, if I remember right. He would play 87 in Bellingham, Washington. They played the 88 season with San Bernardino. And this is single-A ball. And then, boom, 1989. He's right there in the Mariners. And the rest is history, as they say. I love that his dad is there and hanging out. That's really nice.
Yeah, so if you see this, you see the scoreboard over there, and then the fence. I mean, look, the fence looks new. If you look down that field line,
do we know for sure? Is that Fiscalini? Do we know that for sure in that photo?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Cool. Actually, it's listed as a Paris like field or something like that. It's actually, I think, the whole area, and then this is Fiscalini Field.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a whole thing going over there.
So you can actually see the scoreboard and that fence right there. But okay, are you ready for this? So this is definitely the parking lot that we are in.
Oh, that's definitely the parking lot. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, so get this. Are you ready for the crazy thing about these last two pictures we just saw?
Yes.
those last two pictures were shot on April 17th, 1988.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday to the day.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
insane,
fantastic.
man.
So he had just started there. Oh, wow. He was just barely starting with them, because usually the minor league stadium seasons start like about a week after the major league season. Wow. Look how happy and young this guy is. That's so good. Great job finding that, Michael. I love it.
Yeah, I just happened to look up because I wanted to get him in the Spirit jersey, and then I saw some black and white photos, and then I saw these like color ones. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing, and they're really great photos.
That field's been around for a while, and I think the Spirit team left around 2000 or so, and they ended up going to the field now that's on the other side of town. And this field since then has been used for Cal State University of San Bernardino. So that's what we saw that day, the Coyotes, and they were hosting a team called, we said Monterey Bay. I'm like, what's Monterey Bay? So it's the Cal State University Monterey Bay Otters. So you guys see the Otters against the Coyotes. Love it. And these teams are actually apparently, for their level of college baseball, they're both top 20 teams. So
yeah, good for them.
It was fun.
Yeah. And
was it good baseball?
We saw an inning of it. So we literally saw an inning.
The thing Jack would have appreciated was the dugouts. Yes. Like literally, I don't think you got a photo of the dugouts. Did you, Michael, in the background of your photos?
I shouldn't have. Yeah.
It looked like they literally put like what, roofing shingles or something on top of the dugout.
Oh, I love it.
Hot. It is, and it
was so hot. Like the whole team was out of the dugout, just standing with their arms over the rail. Even though it wasn't like uncomfortably hot, I imagine in that dugout, it's 20 degrees hotter than what it is out.
Just baking in there.
The dugout was made out of like cinder blocks, so I'm like, it was like an oven. It's really awful. So then,
if you don't insulate that properly, it's like it amplifies the humidity.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so, as if they needed more adversity.
They were just sitting in there in an Instapot, just cooking.
And then a double header, forget about it.
Yeah.
And so then we went to. I have not been here. Kevin said that he's been here. This is Hangar 24, so it's literally like the name would suggest. It's across the street from an airport, so Hangar 24, and they had. A lot of different type of airplane paraphernalia up there. There's a lot of the patches from the airborne divisions up there. Some really, really good beer. Actually, I've only had limited Hangar 24 because at the stadium, which we'll show you in a minute, that's the only kind of variations I've had of their stuff. So this was kind of refreshing to see like their whole tap list right here. And we had the X12, Kevin, was it?
Which is funny. It must be so new. We couldn't even find it on Untappd yet. So it's just like literally we just have a photo. We took a photo of it on the board just we have some information on it. But it was just a really good hazy because we were just looking like, all right, we're ready to get what we like. We like to get good like IPA of some sort. We saw this hazy, like we hadn't had this before because they have their staples you can find year round, including the ballpark. I was like, let's get this one. And this is nice. This is such a nice beer.
This was really super good. And again, literally right across the street from the airport right there. And I told Kevin, I said, we should have flown here.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know where we would fly from.
It would have completed my journey because I literally took I took like a couple trains. I took like 2 trains and a bus to come get to meet you up to drive out for this adventure. Right. And I will add too, if anybody lives in the Ortiz area where I live, Hangar 24 is a location in Irvine, almost down by the John Wayne Airport. I might have the city wrong, but it's by John Wayne Airport.
Yes. And so we finally made it out to the Inland Empire 66ers. We actually have a video from last year. We did an interview with some of the staff there. They're great people. Again, they have like good craft beer, and everything is super fun there. We compared to some other places that we've gone before. We would definitely go back here anytime. Great baseball, good fun. And this is the X series we were talking about. So what we found out was it's kind of like their experimental series. So they actually had a cranberry.
Is a cranberry like Yeah, it was X8. I think was the number for it. It was
Right.
a different number. Everyone's a different number. I think this is the X8, and it was like a cranberry. I think cranberry hazy. Was it cranberry hazy? I
Yes.
believe.
Ooh,
And I was like,
a
oh, these Cowboy
cranberry
Jack.
hazy. How
Yeah, the Cowboy Jack would be it. You'd be all in on this one. I was like,
Yeah.
how
oh,
was
man.
it?
It was fantastic.
sorry.
And
Yeah, it
we
was
were
great.
surprised. We're like, well, we couldn't get it at their place, but we could get
That
it
was
here.
not there. Yeah, we got the game. We couldn't believe it. We figured everything we'd find. I thought everything there would be at the ballpark. So like, all right, well, we'll wait to see what we can find at the ballpark. Like, oh my gosh, what a
Yes.
pleasant surprise that was.
And then they have like this, whenever they score, they sound the horn, as it says on
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And so it's like this
That's-
big, like, it's like,
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It's
definitely
hilarious when they scored. I didn't hear it right away, and we're sitting like high. I'm on the guy. Hey, sound the horn! And then all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, good job, guys. Thanks. Keep on their toes. Part of the fun, you know.
What
That's
exactly
sideline.
is a 66er, if you don't mind me asking?
It's more or less just named after Route 66. It's
Right.
just a catchy name, you know. And even funnier, at one point, that to tie in with when the Angels became the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim,
Mhm.
their spot was we're the Inland Empire 66ers of San Bernardino. Like they did that as a rib to play along with the joke, and I'm like, oh my god. But now there's Inland Empire 66ers. Route 66 is a big cultural thing in that area for sure. So they decided to play along with it, make everything car related. Like if you saw like the wrench there, you saw the guy
the
on the
wrench because he's wrenching on a car. I get it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
But you saw the guy.
I didn't know if like I thought in 1966 there was some kind of like union revolt where they had to beat the corporate overlords with wrenches. I don't know.
No, remember that McDonald's that we saw literally on that street right there, painted into the street is the big Route 66.
Got it.
So it's like it's a lot. There's a lot of historical significance in that area, and they definitely played up for sure.
Awesome.
And so it was a 4-3 Inland Empire 66ers victory. I think they scored in the bottom of the 8th, and so it was definitely that was a fun time. But then we got this, and I know it's.
See, I didn't want to show it to you. There's the autograph. I was like, we're gonna talk about this one because Jack.
Let's tell us about this, Kevin.
So, if you guys watched a couple weeks ago, when I went to Reno, I got this hat. And let's swap hats real quick. Remember, I got this hat. So this is Mr. Baseball. This is part of the Marvel series called Defenders of the Diamond. So there's I think 96 minor league teams that have a Marvel artist making their own version of the team logo. So this is their mascot, Bernie, and this is their interpretation. Ours is one, and the cover is really cool. It's like, oh, it's an Orioles scheme, you know. And what's fun is that we asked 2 or 3 different people, I'm like, is that just supposed to be Bernie? Like, we're trying to find out more about this, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's Bernie. So I'm like, I saw Bernie, like, I'm getting a photo of Bernie just to rib back, and I get the photo, and all of a sudden he's like looking at me, going, waving his hand with the pen in his hand. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, all right, sure, go ahead, buddy. So,
yeah.
And Bernie was like, when I started going back to minor league baseball for the first time in a long time, it was like 10 years ago in 2013. Cool, in Inland Empire with a friend of mine, and Bernie's definitely holds a special place in my heart. And that 2013 team won the championship, so that was like a big thing. Got me back into minor league baseball in 2013.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Yes.
I don't approve of the picture, but
I know you
allow
don't. I know you don't.
Yeah,
Well, I think I did it, Jack, just for you.
Yeah. Bernie's definitely fun. So the night did not end there. We actually there's a place over in Riverside that we went to. It's a really great little hidden spot. There's a big food area, and they have a place called Beer Farm, and we couldn't pass up a place called Beer Farm. Yeah. So definitely had one. This is actually the Stone Cold double IPA. That's a
hell yeah!
There you go.
A double ski.
Yeah, yes. This is new. They this year they made a double IPA version of the Broken Skull IPA by El Segundo Brewery, and whoo, this is good. I mean, I was like, I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm like, I got this one. We also had a beer by a favorite of ours, Beechwood, called Hop Jitsu. It's a cool place in downtown Riverside. We've been there 2 or 3 times before. Yeah, what? And this is like our spot. We're in Riverside. We're definitely gonna stop by there, and they're always really kind to us. You know, we saw people we knew from last time we went, like, hey, just socializing, and they usually have about 15 beers on draft, all craft beers, some and seltzers, and they sell stuff to go as well. So they got over beer farm. They're always really good to us, and they have great stuff.
We have some stuff for coming up, some baseball beers.
Yes.
So we'll definitely make mention of that. The next day we went to this really great place. If you're ever in Riverside, there's a place called Tio's Tacos, and you have to go here. The food is good, but the back area is a treasure trove of, and you know what they say, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. This, the story of this is, Kevin, do you want to tell the story about this?
I don't even remember. So all this stuff, there's like this whole out like an acre, and everything that's made is all like recyclable products, like waste and just stuff this guy found. And he made like art pieces of it. And I don't know, do you have any more photos to show an example of what? Look at that's on the rooftop. Oh, wow. So it's like, that's fantastic. And this is a small example. There's rooms and rooms of this, like all the floor tiles, like everywhere you go, there's just stuff everywhere. Like, you know, there you go. Yeah, cheers, El Chavo. Yeah, all right, there we go. Okay, cheers, Chavo.
Well, only in Riverside, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's these pictures do not do it justice. You have to go there because it's like you can wander around this whole area, and it's just like all this homemade stuff, but it's made out of like basically bottles and cans and trash, and they'll take other things and make bigger statues out of it. It's definitely one of those places that you have to go and just like literally take some time just to wander around. I mean, and the food's really good. Definitely check it out. And but it's like
beers too. If you want beer ski, you know, you got a Mexican beer and Mexican draft. You can get a little Mexican beer ski, chill out, hang out, and just, you know, don't take the beers with you. Just, you know, leave inside the beer, stay inside, but just walk around. You can spend a good 20, 30 minutes just staring at everything going, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, it's really fun that this can exist where you have literally an acre behind a Mexican restaurant of all this stuff that's free just to walk around and explore.
Yeah, it's all free. You think it would be like somebody would charge and walk around, but it's actually free. So that's Tio's Tacos.
I was looking for like a donation box. I didn't even see that.
Exactly. But then Kevin had a concert to go to, so I dropped him off. But of course, he found his way here.
Well, you know what? I was on my way to downtown LA, and I'm like, you know what? Let's stop at one of the favorite breweries of the Baseball Brew Crew, Highland Park Brewery, right there in Chinatown, because Michael dropped me off at a station in what's called the Gold Line, and the second to last stop is Chinatown, and 5 minutes away is Highland Park Brewery. And look what's back, Michael Mondragon, the baseball lager. So there you go. Had to get one of those. I also had an IPA called the Pacific Breeze, but I was like, I gotta get me a baseball lager. And it's just a beautiful place. Always have great beers. And if you go to Dodger game, if you're willing to make a little bit of a walk, you can just park there for free, get a couple beer skis for, you know what, half the cost at the most, half the cost, and then just take a little walk, figure your way up there and get in there. By the time you walk over there and walk back, you wouldn't even be out of the ballpark, all right, if you were driving. So
really,
it's worth the jaunt. It's worth the jaunt.
Yeah,
and friends of the show, Highland Park Brewery, stop in, let them know we say hello.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And a fun thing too is Michael, before when he went there, got food there, and on the number player they had like a baseball player on there. I think it was Daryl Evans, you said, right? But if you get it, every single number for a food order there has a baseball player on it. I saw. Like, that's a nice little touch. So they do love their baseball. So we're definitely, you know, cheers to them. You know?
So what game was it, Kevin?
Oh, I didn't go to the game.
A concert.
No, I was going to see a couple bands on the other side of LA, but the Cubs Dodgers was going on down the street at Dodger Stadium.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I was stumbling because I literally just I just had to walk to a bus or a train and get home. I was being responsible beer enthusiast, not an alcoholic. Thank you very much.
Kevin, you are beautiful, man. I love you. Just look at you just living your best life, man. That's fantastic to see, dude. I love it.
So that is another adventure in hopping around. Can we make it a fourth? I'm not sure. I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think so. We got our 3-year anniversary to celebrate next week.
Yeah, that's true. We had a nice run on this one.